Madara already had time with the Renegon. So when he
But
got
I just feel
possessed with
like
it,
yeah, but I just feel like emotionally wise, he wasn't really too attached to Naruto like Pain was. Like with Pain, he wrecked
nah,
Naruto's
cause
hometown. He came in there, he threw
what
Naruto
you
bitch across the damn road.
yeah,
With
yes.
with Madara, it was more like a overall arc.
Martin took our whole entire fucking platoon by himself, man. There were 4 platoons. And
Yes,
this nigga took a whole platoon out by himself compared
I
to
know.
come on, bruh.
Yeah,
Come on, bruh. Listen,
I know.
listen,
But
bruh.
hear me
Listen.
out. Hear me out.
Freestyle anime. Freestyle what? Freestyle Freestyle anime. Yeah, Demon Slayer, I'ma catch him, dog. Freestyling every time we talk. One piece away from fortune and fame. Can't sit up on the game, that's my ninja way. Ain't doing that talking, we got more to say. Write your name in my book, that'll see your fate. Better hit up Deku, hope he say the day. Better hit up Deku, hope he say the day. Freestyling about anime. Every day, freestyling about anime. Every day, freestyling about anime. Every day, every day, anime. I'm gone, hold up, I'm gone, I'm gone. Sorry with a slice, nigga, I'm gone. Sorry with a slice, nigga, I'm gone.
Hey guys, Rico here. I just want to tell you guys about our amazing partnership with Crosswork Media. Our boy Nicholas Garcia wrote this book called Flight Team. It's a #1 bestseller on Amazon. And Flight Team is about a fantasy steampunk themed superhero adventure. This dark, bloody adventure is littered with emotion, graphic, symbolic imagery. Join Marcos, Joel, Claus, and Dimitri as they defend the world of Atlas Park from demonic invasion. Bro, you want to check this out, man. This is a very good manga, and we have a special code for you. It's freestyle, and you'll get a great discount. We'll have the link to their website in the episode's bio. So go ahead and get you a physical copy, and let's get back into the episode. Yo, welcome back to another episode of Freestyle Anime Podcast. I'm your host, Rico, with Maul. Hey, man, we back in the building. I'm gonna play little tracks for you. You know what I'm saying? It might bust Maul's eardrum, but you know, just for us being back in the building, we appreciate y'all. You feel me? Appreciate it. Now let me stop. But y'all haven't heard this song in a minute. We used to play it all the time, like a lot. So you know, it's one of them nights if you hear this. Yeah.
Only you and CJ love that song.
We
Only
do,
you and
man.
CJ.
Missing the partner. But anyways, man, as you can see, we got 2 bench riders tonight, CJ and Ty. You weren't able to make it through to this pod session. So me and Maul gonna hold it down. We got some awesome conversations for you guys.
Yes, sir.
We got some matchups, man. You know what I'm saying? Some really good ones.
Yes, sir.
Yo, so hopefully this goes away. I hate when this does this. But anyways, let me share my screen so you can see some of what we got cooked up for y'all. Bam. Let's see if this don't act stupid. Bam. All right, let's go. It's up and it's stuck. But
Let's do it.
hey, man. So we in the torture chambers. It's Maul versus me tonight. We gonna talk about some of these picks we got. We gonna see who got the better pick, and we gonna tell you why we feel like we got the better pick. But anime villains you admire. So since Maul's the challenger, I'm gonna let him go first.
That's fine. Everybody knows, man. I'm a big Madara fan. Shit, like, well, hold on. I think I got something around here. Hold on. I think CJ got this shit for my birthday, some shit like this. Yeah, for my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that, bro. Madara right there, bro. Look at this. You know I'm a big Madara fan, bro. So, like, yeah. Yeah, for 100%. I think he's a villain I admire. I love villains that cause the main protagonist to grow or maybe question their ideology of life or how they're going about life. And I love villains that do that to the main protagonist. And Madara did that to Naruto. Even to
Yeah.
Sasuke as well, too. It's to the point, like, without listen, Madara is so heavily involved
Mm-hmm.
that Naruto, the world concept, wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for Madara. Madara impacted Jin. He created the leaf with Hashirama, right?
Yeah.
He also helped created the Akatsuki's, and we saw that what the Akatsuki was done. Then that man reincarnated himself for the last and final war.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, bro. Like this. man was involved of Naruto from base, bro. Like,
Yeah. Nah, I
so
can
yeah,
see.
bro. Yeah, bro, that's a villain that yeah, hands down for sure,
Yeah, I
for
can see
sure.
why you admire. For me, y'all know who I admire the most as a villain, bro. It's got to be Meruem. It's a lot of biasness in this. It's a whole lot of that bias. So I don't care. Yeah, but there's other villains out there too that I do admire, but not to Meruem's level, man. You know, you see my delusional take. That's how you know that admiration is what it is. You know, you seen a couple of my takes had a lot of people in the comments like,
Oh,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But hey, bro, the reason I feel like I admire
Go ahead.
Miriam to me is the growth. You know what I'm saying? The coming out the
What
womb,
growth?
he's
Mm-hmm.
destined to be the king. Obviously, he's destined to rule over the humans, take revenge for the on the ant kingdom, whatever revenge. But just like the new dictatorship under humans.
Mm-hmm.
So off rip, he doesn't abide by whatever the rules he had. He clears it. He's like, man, outside of you three, the guards, like the main guards, I believe that's around him. He's like, let's go. All you other peasants in the ant kingdom, I'm done. I ain't got no use for y'all. Clears it. You know what I'm saying? But no, the really reason I really like him is the relationship that he has with the little girl and how the more and more he kept playing with the girl, the more and more it started humanizing him more. And he started to understand more concept and everything like that. So I felt like him as a villain, he fought one of the strongest people in the show at the time when we were introduced. And then two, you know, he had the whole world in Hunter x Hunter just looking like, yo, he's the problem. Like we got to stop this evolution of them. So basically, if he kept evolving and evolving more, it would be a he was a world threat problem at some point because they took
So
over the news. Um, his camp did a lot of things. But go
listen,
ahead.
listen, listen. All right, listen. I only watched Hunter x Hunter once through. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. All right, and I never
Yeah.
picked the shit back up. And nor did I desire to pick the shit back up.
Trifling.
I don't see nothing that Miriam did was villain. Shit. If anything, I feel like Killer was more of a villain than Miriam. Shit. Like, come on, bro. Like,
Bro, Kilo.
w-
Come on, bro. Come
bro,
on,
I'm
Kilo.
just saying, like, shit, man. The first time I met Killer, I definitely sensed villainous, and like, yo, this man gonna do some shit. Only his family is more villainous than Miriam. But like, come on,
Nah,
bro.
that's
Like,
cap. That's
what?
cap. All right, all right, all right.
Come
That's cap.
on.
That's cap.
I'm not saying that's cat, bro. I'm just saying, what did Miriam do that was just like, oh my god, that's a villain, bro? Said if anything, Preto was the villain, she killed Kite.
Yes, but that was while she was waiting for this man to be birthed. He took over a
I,
whole country. That whole country was under his reign. He went up there and killed everybody. I believe that was the president or the world leader
oh
of
yes, he
that
did do that.
country.
He did do
So he
that.
went up there, killed them. Then he let them know like he declared basically war on the rest of the world by doing that and letting them know like I rule over this territory.
Yes, I
Yeah.
guess.
So
I guess.
he
And then
he
he got beat. Then
actually
he got beat up. By well, not
they
necessarily
had to
beat up,
send one
but
of the strongest niggas in the world to come after him.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
You
guess.
Madara got backstabbed and taken out. We didn't even get a satisfying defeat for him. We got a wrench like
That let you know. That let you know how powerful that nigga is, bro. That let you know that the currency
no
we
no
didn't even
no.
know how to
It
get rid
it
of this
don't
nigga. Yes, yes, it
no
does,
no.
bro. Yes, it
As
does,
far
bro.
as far as like the writing aspect of it, I just feel like the way Madara went out wasn't really satisfying. It would have been more satisfying if it was like Naruto or Sasuke doing something together to take him out. He gets
Even if they
backstabbed by
did,
somebody that they
no.
just
Even
throw
if
into
they
the
did though,
story.
even if they did, I don't where Marvel was at in that particular time in life.
Hmm.
Even with them awakening, even with Sasuke and Naruto fully awakening, because they haven't mastered it yet, Madara would still be able to completely wipe the floor with them or still beat them. It wouldn't even still be close. Because people forget Madara, even though Madara was old, Madara still had, I don't know how long, but he had time with the Renegon. Keep in mind, when Obito find him, he already had the statue attached to this nigga, the go-to statue,
Yeah,
whatever you want to. So therefore, it's like Martyr already had time with the Renegon. So when he got
but I just feel
possessed with
like
it,
but I just feel like emotionally wise, he wasn't really too attached to Naruto like Pain was. Like with Pain, he wrecked
nah,
Naruto's
cause
hometown. He came in there. he threw Naruto
What you
bitch across the damn road.
okay,
With
yes.
with Madara, it was more like a overall arc.
Martin took our whole entire fucking platoon by himself, man. There were 4 platoons. And
Yes,
this nigga took a whole platoon out by himself compared
I
to
know.
come on, bruh.
Yeah,
Come
I
on,
know,
bruh. Listen.
I know.
Listen,
But
bruh.
hear me
Listen.
out. Hear me out. The
Okay,
way
okay.
the way pain the way pain made you feel that suffer and power. You remember when Sakura was yelling, "Where are you, Naruto?" and that nigga showed
Okay,
up.
okay, I can
I was
yo,
just
you
like,
wanna yo, nothing. But my thing is though, you're talking about
I'm just saying,
listen.
emotional like
But
string attached
okay,
towards with
but okay,
Naruto,
no,
it
no, no,
wasn't
no,
there.
no. But see, you're bringing up emotional attached for the character, the
There was
protagonist
no
of
emotional
Naruto.
anchor.
Time out, time out, time
Go
out, time
ahead.
out, time out, time out. However, there is an emotional anchor with Madara.
Okay,
Madara
tell me.
emotional anchor is the simple fact that he was going to employ his fucking fear on you. Look what he
Mm-hmm.
said to the five Kai. How you want these Susanos? You want them with 1 or 5? Think about that. Nigga, that's some
That was
cold, eh?
cold. That was cold. That was some cold
You know
shit.
what I'm saying?
That was some cold
That's
shit.
what he. Oh, he said this to Noki. Oh, Noki. Oh, you stopped the first meteor. What the first meteor? What you gonna do about the second one? And
Yes,
it's
but check
like
me out.
Pain.
Okay, okay.
Pain could not. Even though as much Pain said to say, yeah, now you should feel Pain, and he'll liberate. He'll liberate all of that. But guess what? Mara did that and still told them niggas, y'all still can't see me. Everybody knew, everybody knew that Naruto at some point in time was going to beat Pain. When everything was going on, we never knew, damn, how they gonna beat Madara, bro?
Mm-hmm.
How they gonna beat this man? Nothing showed us that they were capable of beat. Even if the five Kai couldn't beat this man, yo, who gonna beat this man, bro?
But listen,
Nobody. And
here's
you
my
gonna compare
pushback.
that to Pain?
Okay,
Pain?
no.
Come
Well,
on, bro.
see, I'm not comparing the power and destruction that he did. I'm saying the emotional attachment. Let me tell you. Look, hold on. Pain, Jiraiya. He took out. Who's more emotional attachment to Naruto than Jiraiya? And then on top of that, what he did to Hinata unlock something in Naruto to the point that Naruto literally felt the rage and went into the Fort Tails automatically. And then his dad had to speak to him. That's another emotional attachment. Pain caused that. I'm just saying, as far as like um the bridge that he kind of held with Naruto, where like they're clashing emotionally wise. For me as the main Naruto being the MC, I feel like Pain brought a little bit more emotional havoc to Naruto, way more
Like, here's my
because
pushback
it
to
hit
that.
home. It
Here's
hit
my
home.
pushback to
Go ahead.
Man, you can tell me hit home all you want, bro. You can't tell me hit home so you can't hit home deep enough to the point that what Martyr would did and how what Martyr did caused them to awaken the freaking Savior Six Pack himself to go speak to them niggas.
Mm-hmm.
So what? You awaken him to go speak to his daddy. Eventually, to go speak to his daddy. I do you one better. You talk about emotional time. Mario was so damn so like that caused in control of Obito. I want to watch your daddy back to life so you can meet him in person. Stand on your spirit. So
Okay. You bring in
so
other people. You bring in other people. I'm talking about
that's the
with
man.
Naruto. I'm talking about with
Mario did
Naruto.
that.
Okay,
Get
okay.
you
Oh,
with your
you say
daddy, bro.
okay. I thought you were talking about Obito's daddy. My bad. You talking about
Yeah, come
Flash, Yellow
on.
Flash. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
come
he
on,
did.
man.
Yes, he did. But
So what you mean?
that wasn't like a he caused him pain to me. That was like, okay, you made
But
me my
it
dad.
doesn't matter.
My dad's
It doesn't.
teaching me right now.
But
That's
you
more
okay? But you're
that.
talking. But listen, you're talking about emotional. Yeah, look what your words were. It was
Mhm.
emotional because look, we got to look. Jiraiya died, and you
Yes, we
talking about.
felt that.
Listen. We felt that. You talking about look at Sakura screaming, nigga. I do you all better. Neji died. We felt that because of
Ooh.
Madara. Come on, nigga. So what you talking about, girl? What
But
you talking about?
uh,
Like I said, then look at the whole speech that nigga gave to his daddy when his daddy was floated. Tell mama I did good and everything. I know everybody was fucking crying when he gave that speech to his dad floating away and shit like that and everything. Tell
uh-huh.
mama I got it. I got made friends and shit. So you talking about emotional, bro? All of that was there because of Martyr. Because
Yes,
of
yeah. You
Martyr.
okay,
Pain did not.
okay.
It does not even get close, bro. It doesn't even get close.
I'm just saying, as far as like a connection with him to like Naruto, it don't feel like a typical like the way the connection that I felt like Pain had with Naruto
Nah,
felt a little
man.
different. Madara is
Nah, man.
overall anybody could step up to him. Naruto, Sasuke, anybody. But to me, with Pain and Naruto,
Nah.
Pain actually was hunting Naruto because they wanted his tail. So there was
They
to
still
me more
Madara.
of a connection. But I'll give you that. And another thing about Madara, right? I know he's the villain you admire, but his plan made no sense. It made no sense. Nigga was trying to take people
Listen,
free will away. All right.
listen. I do not agree with the way he was going about it, but the way Madara grew up of generational war and constantly
Mm-hmm.
seeing war, and him wanting to end peace and realize, I have this or to end it. I don't blame him for the way how he used it, but I think there's different ways he could have go about it for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. But you know what? And I don't agree with like, you gonna trap these people, take away their free will, they're gonna turn to white Zetsu because you still gotta continue feeding this tree, the chocolate tree that you're using to turn everybody or to have everyone's can have that infinite dream. So it is what it is, but
Yeah.
nah, bro. It's not emotional, everything, nah, bro. Growth,
Yeah.
moderate, 10 toes, ten
But I
toes
feel
down.
like comparing them to their terror villainous, I just feel like to me, I think I admire Miriam's reign a little bit more, just from the standpoint of y'all know I'm biased, all
Yes.
right. But
Yes.
the way that I felt like Miriam in his fight made you think, as you the way as you were watching him and what's the old man name? Um
Netero, something like that?
Netero, when you were watching
Netero.
their fight, that chess move of them going, and yeah, Netero was
Mm,
tagging him, but Miriam was just like, "Look, you got this much move left." And as the fight kept going, he's like, "You got this much move left before I tag you." And then you feeling that pressure, that knowing that if Netero don't do something right now to put this man down, he about to get killed, he about to get hurt. And then you see Netero lose one leg, one arm. You like, damn, this nigga, he's mentally peak. And I felt like
yeah.
we got to see a great representation in anime to me of like those old mans that they go all out. We know they're gonna
Oh yeah.
die, but they service that role of like going ham, inspiring the MC or someone around him. I just feel like the Killer was grandpa and him arriving, how everything went, all the fights around that. And even then his fight with Miriam, I felt like it really pushed the limit of what we saw. And it also made us finally kind of had a way of scaling, like, okay, going you there, but you and Killer are not there. Like there's other people y'all
Hmm.
just can't fuck with. And it was the first time I felt like the villain and the other nigga stole the show at that time. That arc to me, they kind of
Give me
stole it.
that.
They kind of stole the spot. Like
Yeah.
what really gave Gon a spotlight back was when he had his fight with Pito. But everybody low
Yes.
key, I'll say the only thing I was disappointed is I really wanted to see Gon and Miriam pair up. Like I did not want where Gon ended Pito to be the end. I thought he would have went and they would have fought each other. So that's the only thing I'll say. But as far as like compared to Madara and stuff like that,
Do you think, imagine
I'm
this,
lenient.
as a Hunter x Hunter fan, do you think after Gon beat up Pito and Miro had that fight with Neto right after that,
Hmm.
do you think Miro would have still beat Gon? Or do you think Gon would have could have beat Miro?
I
So
think
it's gonna be.
Miriam
What
would
do
have
you
beat
think?
Gon.
You think Miro would beat Gon?
If it's when Miriam was full power, yeah, I think Miriam was a little bit when he got after what's his name blew him up, nucleared him basically. When he
Yeah.
came back, he got the power from his two other dudes. So I felt like he wasn't 100% to where I think he was prior to that. I think prior to before they gave him that their health or whatever, I think he was stronger than that to me. I think because they
Okay.
basically gave him all their power together. I don't think
Uh,
together all their power was as strong as Miriam before dying against Netero. So
gotcha.
I think
Okay.
maybe
Okay.
Gon might have had a chance because he might not have been as peak because I think he still was low key healing, but then mid fight, Gon probably would have won because he was dying from the poison.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
so yeah,
So
but
you could say you can go either way. That's what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
hearing.
yeah.
All right.
So me and Maul compared to our anime villains, man. Y'all let us know which between these two villains, which one you felt like was the better
Martyr got
villain.
it. Martyr
Um,
all day.
but I feel like Miram was, man. He came in there, he
Nah, I
executed his
get
plan. He
it's
took what
shoot
he
shit.
needed to
He died by
take.
poison. He ain't take
He,
over. He declared
guess
war
what?
against the world
He
and lost.
guess what? He changed the world
Lost.
forever. He changed the world forever. The world was
Lost.
never the same after he died. Um,
Martyr changed the world forever. Changed the whole entire fucking everything, bro. What you talking
listen.
about?
The government had to find a whole new person to be in place of the Hunter x Hunter Association. It opened up room for us to see the corrupt in the Hunter x Hunter Association. We're seeing how people were grimy um to get into that position. And I'm talking from the manga standpoint because it didn't get animated, but even then you could see at the end how everybody's getting to close. Gon got to finally meet his dad because his dad was there for the fucking meeting of like, yo, what are we gonna do? Like it changed everything. You seen the importance of what the Hunter x Hunter Association was. So Netero dying left a big gap. So yeah, it changed everything. I
All I
mean, this
heard was
guy
blah blah
Moss saying,
blah blah blah
oh,
blah 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 blah.
hey, you
That's
can
all
say
I
that all you
heard you
want,
said about
but this nigga hijacked
nothing
and they just
into
changed to a whole nother
nah.
villain. He was done. They're like, oh,
Yes.
it's not you, it's
No.
really Kaguya. Get out of here.
No.
That
No.
push to the side.
That's cap. That's cap. That's cap.
That's how I feel about you, man. You a push to the
Nah,
side.
Kai. No. What you mean? Ain't nothing put to the side with Madara. Nothing.
So
Nothing.
after he got hijacked by Kaguya, did it not shift their focus into them?
What do you mean shift their focus to them? Nah, man, because after the defeated Kaga, did you not see Hashirama and Madara reconcile their relationship and stuff like that?
Yeah, but I'm
Come
saying
on,
as far
man.
as like the main villain in the show, they literally seen
Kaga,
the
Kaga was
way
just a moment.
wait. The way they made it was like, ah man, Madara now is just another cog in a pog. He's just another person that was being used, just like how he was using Obito. He was being used by somebody else. So I feel like with Meruem, he wasn't being used by somebody else. He was carrying out something, and he surpassed what he was supposed to do because he said, "Ma, fuck your plan. I'm gonna go do me." Where to me, Madara was still the way it ended in Naruto. That's why I said he didn't get like a justice ending to me of like this nigga should have went out on his back. Like it should have been like he should have never got like nigga switched up on him and stuff.
You feel like saying blank Justice should never jumped in. Got you. I
Yeah,
got you. I got you. I got you. I see what you're saying.
yeah. It
Yeah,
just kind of
but
ruined
you
the
know that's
buildup and
where
everything that he was as like the overall arc villain. When with Black Zetsu doing it to me it just kind of like deflated his whole buildup, the whole setup
I
for
don't think
him.
it deflated. It don't. I don't think it deflated his buildup. But I would just say for the black investor, that's what you call a bitch ass nigga. That's what I would
Yeah,
say about
yeah.
that. Like boy, you can't handle your own shit, bro. Damn, boy, you
Nah,
manipulating since the beginning, bro.
nah, for real. But anyways, y'all, we spent a long time on this one. We got some other
We did.
topics for you, but y'all let us know, man, in the comments, on social media, anywhere, who y'all felt like had the better debate on this one, and or who you
All
agree
right,
was,
won that one.
yeah, who was the share your villain that you admire, and who do you feel like between these two, me and Maul pick were the better villain? Not just power,
Yeah.
y'all. It ain't just power. There's so much more that has to do with it. All right, most intense rivalries in anime. Since Maul went first, I'll go first on this one. I went with Yuji and Mahito. I feel like we haven't had a real intense villain in Shonen in a little minute, back and forth, like way back. Like you could throw Vegeta and Goku in there, but you could throw Goku and Frieza. So I feel like the dynamic with Goku and Frieza always showing up to be more of a Thor and Goku side, even though we know Goku's stronger and he's always getting. But then when Frieza gets that power up, it switches up. But I felt like for the new gen, to me, Mahito and Yuji. I mean, you could throw Deku and Shigaraki in there too, but I feel like Shigaraki to me seems way stronger than Deku. At least Shigaraki handled his power better, but
Okay.
Mahito and Yuji feel damn near close, bruh. Like
Okay.
they both have their own different outlook in life. And I feel like Shigaraki opens up, not Shigaraki, my bad. Mahito opens up Yuji's eyes to seeing, like, look, yeah, you're trying to protect the humans. I'm trying to protect my cursed people too. So, like, what makes
Mm-hmm.
what you do right than me? So, what makes you better than me? Like, I'm representing a different race. You're representing another race. So, I feel like that, especially in the Shibuya arc, really broke Yuji down. And then their fights. First season, we already seen what was going on. Yuji jumped this man. Yuji jumped this man. Then when Shibuya come, my dog Mahito get his clap back. And Yuji's walking, talking about, no, bruh. Not no, bruh. Nanami, you good? Nanami, whole face fucked up.
Yeah.
Mahito just grabbed that nigga. Poof. I'm like, oh, shit. there goes that jump. There goes that jump. That jump gone. And then he sets up the alley oop with Nobra coming down the hall. Yuji running after him. Tag, you're it. Fucks her up too. And it's just like, yo, this nigga really is this man's rival, bro. It's on sight. Every time they see each other, it's on sight. And then to me, like that last fight they had when Mahito transformed, I felt like that was a great transformation. Like a lot of people don't talk about that. I love that transformation. But that's my rivalry right there. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna pass it on to Maul's rivalry.
You got a good rivalry. I ain't gonna lie. It's one of the
Mm-hmm.
rivalry I didn't see coming. I just love for probably 'cause the Shibuya came out last year towards the second half of the year or towards the beginning half of the
I ain't gonna
year
lie to you, fam.
or
It
in the
feels like
mid.
2 years ago, bro.
So
It feel like two
it
years ago
does,
now.
but I think it was last year, bro. It was last year, bro. I think it was
No,
last
I
year,
don't
beginning
think
of the
so.
year.
Mm-mm.
It was 2 years
It was the
ago.
year. It was 23. I believe it was 2023, bro.
Damn. Hey,
Because they
if
won
it is
animated year that year too. I believe so.
okay, but I will say this though, the choreography of that fight though,
Mm-hmm.
just all of just Shibuya. From the moment they got into the train into the train station, even when Gojo got captured, all of that shit, the animation, the choreography, top tier. JJK, like top kiss, chef kiss.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give that credit to that. That's the chef kiss. Now, when it comes to rivalry, I think I don't know if I get too much. I pay too much rivalry, but I would say the most rivalry that I got me intense that I really was looking forward to was actually Ren and Sai from Blue Lock. Like people shit on season 2 of Blue Lock, where to me, I'd be like, yo, Blue Lock season 2 was is actually way better than season 1. The way they compare Blue Lock season 2 as if they compare it to Vinland Saga, like Vinland Saga season 1 was better than season 2, where y'all forget the most important thing about the build up, what's to
Mm-hmm.
come, what's to happen, and the builder that we got the end where you actually see that what Kampachi created here at Blue Lock, and they took over U20 Japan and won. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, now them boys be saying, yo, we can actually take on the world now. And like
Yeah.
people like miss that build up now. And to see, and now let's talk about Ren and Sai. They both are literally have the same exact technique, but one is more beautiful about it and the other one is more chaos about it. But they're
Mm-hmm.
both about destruction. Like, let's just be clear about it. They're both about destruction. Sai, his shit is beautiful destruction though. He's gonna make it look pretty. He give you the best pass. I'm talking about this man is like, God damn, this man nigga's really good. Ren, he's gonna dominate you. He wanna beat you one on one. He gonna take your best what's it called? Your best strength and use it against you.
Yeah.
While Sai like to take your best strength and use it to elevate him or push you to next heights. And they just like totally opposite. And when they finally got to meet and finally got to see Ren grow out of his brother's shell, or I mean
Mm-hmm.
shadow, and started becoming to his own and really embracing this ugly, chaotic, beautiful, like, nah, bro, I'm all about destruction and terror. I was like, it was one of the most to me beautiful awakenings that I seen out of all. It was better than Baru when he when he started to become his awakening, when he got his awakening after Isagi keep calling him donkey and shit like that. Oh, he hated that shit.
Yeah.
He hated that shit. Oh my gosh. He hated that shit. And speaking of rivalries, I think Blue Lock had good rivalries where people were competitive in the sports world. Where that
Mm-hmm.
type of rivalry, where competition breeds each other, and
Yeah.
being competitive best above us being in sports, we play sports where hey, that type of rivalry matters because you know what, you got this person might be better than you, and you want to compete. And like hell, no, I want the next goal. I want this person to get the next goal. This shit, he got two. Oh no, bro. Next two mine, bro. Or hell no, I'm gonna get a hat trick to make my two better than your goal. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I think a hat trick means you score three goals. I'm just confusing that. So
Yeah.
um, but yeah, that rivalry was to me was so good. And honestly, bro, if that nigga did not get robbed with that little toe tap from that soccer player defending it, bro,
Mm-hmm.
he would have got the game winning goal except for Isagi. But either way, I'm glad that Isagi still got the game winning goal too. So, but
Yeah.
that rivalry was, yeah, bro, I love that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that rivalry was good too in season two. It saved season two to me. That and it was a build up,
How
but I truly
disrespectful,
feel
bro.
like it did, bro. That
No,
last
it did not. Oh my gosh, bro. Yeah,
that
lose my
last
mind, bro.
like bit saved it.
Yeah, no, it does not. Let been saving, bro. It does not.
I get
Every
the build up,
it,
the setup for it. I agree with you. There was a build up there, but I'm telling you, this is what saved it. That last hour episode, I believe it was, or 30 minutes. I forgot how long
yeah,
it
it
was,
was. Yeah, it was
but
about an hour long episode.
that saved it. That was like, yo, see, this was worth watching season two. It made season two worth watching because
No, nah,
there
bro.
was a
The
couple
only
of parts
thing,
we were just like,
nah, bro.
bruh, what's going on? The
The
animation was
only
like, bruh,
thing, the only thing I wish that they would have done differently, instead of dropping a season two, because I didn't expect season two was gonna be the whole entire fucking game. I don't think
yeah,
nobody expected that. And it was gonna be that, just drop a movie of that. Like they could have just
yeah,
dropped the movie of that instead of giving the that movie of what's the guy with the white hair? Shit. Nagi. I think yeah, Nagi.
Nagi.
Instead of getting yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
hating. I love Nagi.
Nagi and Rio.
Hmm.
No, yeah. And Rio and stuff like that. Like instead of getting that little story and stuff like that, I guess how they even came about. If they would have just dropped that as a movie, season two was just at the tournament at the movie, or that mean that game as a movie,
Yeah,
that would have been straight. I think everybody still would have been content and would have still moved on and just waiting until when they came out with the rest. But besides that, nah, bro. And
yeah.
on top of that, they were working with a straight budget, bro. So
Nah,
like,
for
save the
real.
best for last.
But I see what you're saying.
Yeah, disrespectful, bro. I
Um,
can't go lie, bro. Y'all be disrespectful, bro.
um, now to get into it for real though, I get what you're saying, and I just think out of the both of us who picked, I think this one I got it. I think I got the better rivalry in this one. I feel like that one was good, but that one's very short. There's more to come and see. But in the Nugent, I think the most intense rivalry right now in the Nugent anime has to be Yuji and Mahito. They pushed each other. One, they hate each other for sure. They challenge each other's mind. Well, especially Mahito challenges. They're trying to destroy each other. Nah, they're not even trying to destroy each other. It's not like the most old shonen where it's just like, you know what, I forgive you. Naruto with the no talk jutsu. Luffy's like, I'm just gonna knock you out, but if I see you, I might be friends with you, crocodile. You know what I'm saying? It's not that. This ain't no going back. When these boys step in the ring, somebody gotta die.
I guess.
Somebody gotta die. Somebody gotta go. This and at first, this is the first time where I seen it force the main character to leave his morality behind. Because you can see with like Goku and
Mm,
Frieza, Goku's still kind of like, yeah, Frieza, if you get out of place, I'll put you in your place. But at the same time, he's still playing around. He doesn't hate him. He just knows that Frieza's cunning and he will flip on you. But with Mahito and Yuji, Yuji's not thinking that no more. Yuji's like, bruh, you flip my life upside
yeah,
down. I'm gonna kill you. Like, I don't
yeah,
care.
yeah,
Even to the point where dude was
yep,
crawling
yeah,
in the snow. Mahito was crawling in the snow. Yuji's like, nah, yeah, I'm finishing this.
yeah.
I'm finishing this. So
That
to me,
walk, that walk was
bruh,
it was
bruh.
yeah.
And, and same thing with Mahito.
And the way they
Mahito was
painted too, and have him look.
Mahito was toying with this man's mentality. He really was trying to like crack his mental. He was trying to make sure that you didn't just die, you
Yeah,
died losing your mind, and then I kill you. Then I'm gonna kill you, and then I want to see Sukuna too, because I he owed me a one too. So it was just like he hate everything about Yuji. He didn't. He was just like, oh yeah, I want to see Sukuna, because you remember the plan was like, yo, we're trying to talk with Sukuna because we want to make a deal with him.
yeah,
Mahito was like, fuck both of them niggas. Like, fuck both of them niggas. I'm gonna kill both of them.
yeah,
This man was beefing with both the demons inside of you and you. So it's up.
yeah,
So yeah, that's why I feel like,
yeah.
my rivalry might have been way more intense than the one you picked.
Nah, I give you that. Yeah, you might have that. You might have that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When the boys pull up, that's all you hear when the boys pull up with each other.
Nah, it was on site. I ain't going front. It was on
Yeah.
site every time they see each other, bro.
Yeah.
I
And
can't
they
speak on.
carried,
I can't speak
bro.
on Ren and Sai on that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't. What do you mean by carry? Talking about like what that fight carried or like?
I felt like their fight definitely carried. It definitely was something that we were gonna see again. We look forward to it, and it carried that moment between when Kenjaku disappeared and sealed Gojo, and then that was the bridge to where they went
Mm.
outside to finding Kenjaku. Because you remember Mahito was running back to Kenjaku.
Yeah. Okay. I give you that. I give you that.
Yeah,
I give you that. I give you that. I give you that. Okay. You know what? Good shit, Rico. You get some good one. You get some good one. I
appreciate
give
you,
you Rob.
appreciate
I give you this Rob. But
appreciate you.
yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah.
your rivalry was good
You
too.
ain't ready the
I
next
just
one
feel like
though.
I feel like it's premature, but it's good. It's just premature. It's not enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Not just
Okay.
yet. I feel like later
Yeah.
on when we
You right.
see
You
them,
right.
when they get more than just one battle with Yuji and Mahito, they have him multiple than just one battle. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
when we see more of that with them, I did agree, and I feel like Izuki kind of stole that spotlight, like you said at the end with the goal, because the way that they were
Yeah.
battling is
He
just like
did.
somebody just
He
boom
did.
popped in. Yeah, but you had anything
Mhm.
else to say on your rivalry before?
Let me know when he took his L, bro. All right.
All right, let's go. Let's go to the next one. All right, any anime series that changed you? By that we mean it could change you in multiple different ways,
Ooh.
bro. It could change you in like it got you to start
Yeah.
consistently watching anime. It made you not look at certain animes the same. The plot made you have a bar now. You're just like, bruh, if somebody don't match this, you ain't doing it for you. So anyway, you explain it that it changed you. I'm gonna let Maul go first on this one because
Hmm.
he has a good franchise
Okay.
here.
All right. Say less.
Hmm.
So I mean, a lot of people don't know this about me, but outside of the crew, that anime that really got me into anime was Gundam. Gundam was especially G Gundam. Especially Dream Gundam was really got me into anime, and the series anime that changed. I would say just Gundam, man. Just I'm big into mecha. I love all the Gundam series. I love all of them, man. Yeah, I don't think there's not one I don't like. I really genuinely don't think there's one I don't
Really?
like. And Gundam Wing holds a special place in my heart. Yeah, I would say the only one I have not watched is the most recent one. Is the one on Netflix. I have not
Hmm.
watched that one yet. That's the only one I have not one. I think that's the only one. And besides that, I think I watch all of them, bro. I have not seen one. I don't think it's not one I have not seen. Now Gundam Wing holds a special place in my heart because I really fucks with Hero. And my
Hmm.
favorite Gundam is also Death Sight as well too. And Hero, I ain't gonna lie. When that nigga put them niggas put his gun together, them cannon, bro. You don't want that pressure.
Yeah.
You don't want that pressure, bro. Yo, and he was something different, bro. Man was something different, bro. He
Yeah.
was different, bro. The mission over everything, mission over love, mission over life, mission over everything, bro. The mission over dead ass, bro. Mission over everything, bro. Like
Man, I say
you,
you ain't
if
getting in front of my
listen, if I'm
bag.
going to war, listen, if I'm going to war, I want Hill in command. Cause he gonna make sure the mission take top priority, bro. But also, I also gotta keep in mind, he also a little crazy though too. So that also come with it too. Gotta keep in mind about that.
Hmm.
He not there all the way sometimes. He ain't there all the way sometimes. So he'll sometimes be saying "fuck my life, bro." I'm like, hey, I don't need you to say "fuck your life." I still need you to come back.
Yeah.
But I just love Gundam Wing, bro. I love Gundam Wing, G Gundam, Damu from there was man, yeah, Damu. I love that one, bro. That was
Yeah.
probably the very first version of, I guess, yeah, bro. Gundam Seed was good. Yeah, I love Gundam Seed, bro. Yeah, I ain't no front, bro. That should change me, bro. I think that from there I've been hooked to anime ever since then, and that what also got me to retro because I love that aesthetic, that '90s look. And I mean, even when I edit, that's a lot of the time I use a lot of retro stuff because of that.
Yeah.
So
That
I
look is
love working with futuristic stuff. So yeah.
yeah, that look is really good. No cap.
So who you got, bro?
So
What did they say that changed you?
for me, it changed me in this way. For me, it gotta be Ruin Kenshin. And the reason why I feel like this anime changed me, one, it definitely was one of those animes I took time and sat there and completed. Two,
Mhm.
it helped me with like just different things during the time when I was watching it for sure. So I was able to keep a watch on it. and like focus on
Yeah.
this. But man, I never look at swordsmen the same no more. So like Ruin Kitchen was my measure after that. Like I think that's what got me to like have love for swordsmen. So every like most animes I watch, you'll always notice that I
Mm,
love the swordsman's character. So after watching this, I was always like, bro, I always wanted to see a good swordsman. Like depending on what show, if they got a good swordsman, I feel like the nigga cool, he probably gonna be my favorite character, and it's because of Ruin Kitchen. It really is. So that's where my love for swordsmanship comes from. Because throughout the whole show, it's swordsmanship. So and it's back in a different era of like Japan and stuff like that, where people were moving from being swordsmen to guns and stuff like that. So that
Rick,
anime
I can ask
changed.
you a question then.
Hmm.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but for someone who loves swordsman, why come you not crazy for Bleach like that?
I am. What do you
I
mean?
got nothing but swords.
Yeah, but
Like you
it
do
does.
you the way you know,
It
nah,
does.
bro.
It
You
wait, wait,
don't
wait, wait,
you
wait.
do
It
not
does,
you do
but
not you do
Bleach has
not.
way more than just swordsmanship. They have all this power behind their swords, and nothing wrong with it. But sometimes, to me, it feels more of the spiritual realm, the stuff that Ichigo's getting, being a Quincy, being this, being that. And at first, it did
Okay.
start off with just being swords, but then the bunkais and everything. Nothing wrong with that. I like it, but I'm just saying, I don't know. Like I
Okay.
said,
Okay. I was
I
just
already have
curious.
my
I was
favorite
just curious.
swordsman. So, but in Bleach, my favorite swordsman in there, since there's a lot, is um not Renji. What's the girl's name? Ryuka's brother.
Ruka,
What's his name?
you talking about the brother?
Yeah,
Bakia Kuchi?
yeah, Bakia Kuchi. I don't know why, but the way the
Yeah.
nigga says "bun guy," that shit is lit.
Yeah.
And I like his
This
power
little
spread.
bunker.
Yeah, that shit's lit.
Scatter.
And Kenpachi's also a runner up too, because of
Okay.
I feel like he would fit in this series if he was. He probably would be OP as shit. But yeah, so that's where my love
Okay.
for swordsmen grew. So after watching this series, it definitely changed that for me. For like, I always enjoyed watching a swordsman's anime, like Demon Slayer 2, that has swordsmanship in it. The one that me and Ty are reading, Karabachi, it
Obake,
got
yeah, yeah, y'all
swordplay in it,
obsessed
and
with
I
that shit.
love it.
You so obsessed with
Um,
it.
yeah, so that one, One Piece got swordsmanship in it. Zoro, Shanks, all of that. Like, bro, those are like top for me. So
Yeah.
if I never watch if I never watch this series, I think I'll probably fall more in love with a different type of, I guess, power or something. But because of I
Mm,
watched the series, I felt like that's what changed it for me when it came to anime, where I look
mm.
for it. And then his mindset, bro, just the mindset of, yo, I used to go berserk. I used to kill people, but now I'm changing my ways and I'm gonna use a dual blade. The people that he meets along, the love interest and all stuff like that, protecting. It's one of those first your typical shonen anime where the MC is the protector. He has a little love interest, and it's very typical MC shonen, and
Okay.
that was that for me. So he was the bar, I
And
guess.
I like what you just said though. You said one of the things about like the swordsmanship, how that follows where it follows you.
Hmm.
Everywhere where you're watching a different show and it's a good swordsman. For me, I categorize that more so like for certain shows that I watch. You ever pay attention? I never just focus strictly on shonen. I like a
Hmm.
show that has both action and story, and that's why
Yeah.
because the Gundam has both. Gundam would never just the action only. It had the
Hmm.
story concept where you'll get the backdrop of everybody going through or what they're trying to I guess go against it, what or the colony that's out in space and people on Earth, what real life, what kind of make you kind of get the depiction of like the rich, the poor, like damn,
Yeah.
like it was so much of that going on that made me understand life of what I'm going through. And so for me,
Hmm.
I always enjoy anime show that has both concept of just action, comedy, and life. Like Full of the Alchemist, Brotherhood does a good job of that.
Yeah.
What's it called? I think Reincarnated Slime does a good job of it, especially season 3 when they talk about like very political and how you handle parties and territories and treaties and like it's very like I like that, I really love those type of shows more than like just the hardcore, just straight, what most people I guess consider shonen. I Like I wouldn't even know because there's a lot of
Yeah,
shows that I'm not familiar with. And people like, oh, they throw hands in this show. Ah, shit, I wouldn't know. Yeah, I wouldn't know.
yeah. And it also opened the door for me to enjoy longer animes too. Now that I think about it.
Really?
So, because this is a pretty long series. Let me see how many episodes it is. Because it's seasons after seasons. Let me see how many
Oh snap! I
seasons.
didn't think of damn. When you put it like that, I didn't think about it like that. When you oh, when you say these series, you'd have like 50 episodes or plus.
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah, because I remember Gundam Wing had like 50 something episode. G Gundam also had something about 50 something episode.
Okay, okay. So it had 3 seasons, 94 episodes, but that was
But
my
yeah, it's
first
longer though.
long
Nowadays,
like series.
yeah. Nowadays, there's not many anime that got go past that.
Yeah, yeah. It was in that era. So when I started watching One Piece, I was like, bro, I need because how much I love Ruin Kenshin. When I started watching One Piece, I'm like, I'm glad this shit is long because I did not want that to just end. Because I watched this. This is probably the first anime before Hunter x Hunter for me where I watched multiple times. So that's why you'll hear
And
me. I always say I got Ruin Kenshin, Hunter x Hunter, One Piece. Those are my top three. I got not in any order, but those are always in my top three. But they all kind of follow a style that I like in a sense of way. Maybe Hunter x Hunter is the outlier a little bit, but Hunter x Hunter all around, bro. I just love that anime.
dang, yo, snap.
They don't got no
I'm trying to think
swordsmen
what's
in
the
there, low key. I mean, Kurapika a little bit. Nah, that's a chain.
nah, he
Yeah,
changed.
that's a chain.
I
That's
ain't
not
gonna
a
lie,
sword.
gangster with them chains though. Gangster with them
Yeah,
chains, bro. Yeah.
honestly, that's all they're missing is a
Very
cold swordsman in that show. Imagine Gon turns into a swordsman and he can't use his shit no more. His nin. But yeah,
I mean,
man.
Kai had a sword though. We just never seen him use it.
Man, Kite had a bag of weapons. He had a bag of weapons. The most, I think the emotional attachments in different arcs in Hunter x Hunter is what pulled me the most. Losing Kite,
Um,
Kilo doing his thing, searching for his father, even Kilo with the sister, his parents, the way his backstory and everything like that. So it's just fun, bro. It's really fun.
I compared. I don't know if it's a good comparison. When people want to compare Frieren to the GOAT, I feel like Brotherhood, very. I was like, nah, that's a bad comparison. I compare Frieren to Hunter x Hunter because of, to me, Hunter x Hunter, the dialogue and the narrative, the person speaking and telling the story. To me, it's the same concept that Frieren was doing. I'm like,
Yeah, but that's
it's
not really. That's a
but
tradition because early Dragon Ball Z used to do that a lot. Early One Piece used to do that a lot. So to me, that just seemed like a shonen
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
That just seemed like a shonen
Okay,
thing. It,
okay, all right.
like
I'm just saying
before
for
they
me,
introduce her at
well,
the
I'm
end.
saying okay. Let me say it like this. Put it better way. The pacing of how they're doing it or how they chose to go about it to me, it just I literally felt Hunter x Hunter. I'm like
I
I did
disagree.
game.
I hardly
I did
disagree
game.
because
Nah.
there's way more action. There's way more twists and turns that get
And
you
what in Frieren or Hunter x Hunter? You talking about
Hunter x
Hunter x Hunter?
Hunter. There's way more Hunter x Hunter. They put their characters in a way tougher situation,
No, I agree on that. I give
anticipation.
you that. I'm
I
not
wouldn't
talking
really
about the
compare
action
them
or
to be
in.
honest.
I'm talking about more so the story flow of the feeling. Because I can agree. Both to me, both Fury and Hunter x Hunter, the action, it still feel the same. I still feel like it was barely there. It's just
What?
all it's more story. It was just more story. Like, and if the fight scene was there, it was just
Hell no.
no more than like no outside of the tournament. Let me see the
Wow,
tournament.
bro. Go ahead and
Uh,
walk yourself into this because that was the most capping shit I heard to come out your mouth.
I'm saying, listen, I watched this shit only one time through. Like I said, I only
Yeah,
watched this
maybe
shit
you
one time through.
misremembering.
No,
You
listen,
forget.
but no, hold on. But let me see. Okay, listen. I remember the tournament, right? You got the tournament, and I remember you got the this open fight, and I'm like, who else fought in the tournament? That was long. I can't even remember. Like, did Killer fought in the tournament? Like, did they even finish the
Yes.
tournament? Eh,
Killua fought Killua. Remember when those guys were trying to take advantage in
the
Heaven's
advantage of
Arena? They were trying to take
yeah.
advantage of them. Killua knew what they were up and showed up to their apartments and was like, He tried that
Yeah,
shit
I remember
again.
that
Da, da,
part.
da,
Yeah,
da, put him in
but
the
I'm talking
thing.
about no,
Then whoop
that's
their
the
ass.
apartment. But I'm talking about the actual tournament itself. I'm like, did Kilo actually participate in the tournament
Yes,
itself?
you're talking about
I was like,
for their hunter license, or are you talking about when they first forgot about
no.
Nin
When it first heard about Nin, when in the
in
Heaven's
Heaven's
Arena.
Arena? Yes, he
Mm,
fought.
okay, all right.
He
So
fought. He
yeah,
fought the
so
dude. Yeah, he fought
I do remember they
if I
fought. I
remember,
fought in the apartment and stuff like that. I remember they fought inside the apartment, whatever.
yeah,
They're
they
trying to
were
get captured.
both going. Killua were running through that, and then Killua dropped out because Gon was like, he wanted to face Hisoka because of what happened, because of the fear he felt when he first fought. When he was gonna when he tried to take Hisoka's badge.
Okay,
So
all right. That's
he
that. Okay,
jumped
cool, cool.
off.
Let's move. Let me tell you. The next thing that I remember is okay. Now they're on the island. I just remember the volleyball game. That's the next thing I remember. The volleyball game. I remember the volleyball game.
Oh yeah, that
Uh,
was when they teamed up. They were trying to get
yes,
all the cards. That was
yes,
epic.
I
That was
remember
pretty
that.
good.
Yeah, but it's like, but anything. I don't remember anything before that. Then after that, I remember. I don't know. Was the Tamara part first? Or was the fight with Chrollo and the Zodiac family? I can't remember. I get blurred. That's the part that I get a little bit blurred on which one. I can't
Um,
remember which one came first. Was it
Nah,
the
the
arc
ant arc,
itself or it was kind of
nah,
in between? I feel like it was
no.
kind
The
of in
ant
between.
arc came more last because if you think about it, Gon was never the same after that.
Yes, yeah, that you might be right. So then that means then it goes okay. Then it goes the Chrollo and Zodiac and that they had
And
that
that was a
fight.
great
That
fight with the grandparents,
yes,
with the
but
dad
once again,
in
but
the
the shit and
thing.
the shit and it was so short, bro. So fucking short.
Because they
So
weren't paid that.
short.
They're a
I
business. They literally
understand.
said,
I get it.
"Hey, the amount of money they paid
But
us
that
for
shit was so
this, that's
short.
it." That nigga said,
It
"That's
was
it.
so
This was a
short.
contract, and that's all they gave for the contract, and we out, deuces." Um,
Yo,
bro,
bruh.
what Karapika did when Karapika buried the nigga in the fucking
Yes,
dirt? What you talking about?
yes.
That fight
That okay.
when
That
Gon
fight,
and them.
that was probably the longest fight out of the whole fucking series. The longest fight out of the whole series is the Karapian fight. His fight was probably the longest fight.
Yeah, because they kept spanning from different spots to different things. Because remember, they were trying to drive. He was trying to get him over there, separate them,
Hmm.
and then Gon and Killua almost got. They basically did get roped up. They
Yeah, they
basically
did. They
did.
did.
Yeah. Nah, I disagree with you. There was so much more fights. There were even the Phantom
I
Troop
guess.
fought against the Ant People when the Ant People came to their
And that
kingdom
was
and tried to
short.
take over.
They
They
mopping them,
they mopped him.
back to back, back to back. Like,
When Buddy unlocked the whole fire thing, they're like, "Yo, this nigga could burn the city with this shit." That shit was good as
Mhm.
fuck. Bro, Heaven's Arena fight was great. Hisoka fought in the tournament fight, the first tournament that they ever happened when Gon's his arm broke. The fights prior to that was awesome. Um, bro, yeah, I just disagree with
Yes.
you talking about something that's barely fight. Frieren only had one fight. I'm naming you 10 plus fights already. What are we talking about?
Fair enough, my chin. What do you mean? We got lunch.
Oh,
Hey, what the
come
fuck
on,
my
bro.
cat doing? What's my cat
Come,
doing? You hear my cat?
yeah. Come on now, bro. That bitch had one fight was against
Nah,
the
nah. Listen. Let me back
that
up
was
Furry, though.
you.
Let
You
me back
tried it.
up.
You tried
Let
it.
me back
That
up. Let me
was
back up Furry. Furry got some good action. All right, you get to learn what Furry was going through. Come on, and you get to learn some paths. Come on, bro. Listen, the axe nigga, he like that, bro. All right. Got to see what he was doing, bro. Come on, bro. And President FC trains too. Like, listen,
bro. You talking about
listen up.
learning things. We talking about fights. Give me
What
fights.
you mean? They fight too. The way the bitch can play. Not, I mean, don't like listen. Don't get it twisted now. Frieren Apprentice, she like that. She like
Yeah.
that. She really is. Especially when the fight when they thought she was like, oh, suppress her magic powers, and they were like, oh, she really is, and mop that man, bro. Like I'm just saying, bro. There is fight, especially when she had to go when they made replica herself, and she had to go against herself. That was good, bro. That was good, bro. So like, I'm
We
just
talking about
saying.
fights.
I'm just
You
saying.
not even naming me fights, bro. I'm just saying. You saying that your compare. I'm just saying your
Yeah, I ain't gonna
comparison
lie.
was bad,
I ain't
bro.
no remember. I ain't there none of the fights. I don't remember none of the fights.
Exactly. It's not. It
But
doesn't compare. I'm
I'm
sorry.
just saying.
If you're saying
For me, it just felt
story,
the
if
same.
it's not the
Story
same.
and fight, it's the same because to me, the action and some of the stuff that they went through. Like for example, right? this is what I mean by this. It's like one of the episodes. I think Frieren and her apprentice are going to go meet. I forgot who. And the elf, just she's some strong elf chick. Whatever you can tell she is. She's pretty strong, right? And she's gonna take pretty much saying you. I'm gonna take you on, or I'm gonna take you on my apprentice,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. But just that concept of that, or just going to that story of this being tested and seeing her, she going to pass or fail, to me, it is like, it just felt Hunter x Hunter vibe. Just the concept of the flow of the story, not necessarily per se of the action or per se of like, yo, what give more. I'm just really talking about the pacing of the story. The
I
pacing really
disagree
felt
because the pacing of
exactly
the
like
story
Hunter
is
x Hunter.
no, because it's different. Because you go no, Hunter's pace moved pretty fast. You went from them getting their badge, and then
Nah,
immediately from
disagree.
there, how it literally went from them getting their badge was season one. Frieren's whole thing was traveling
Okay.
the world through those whole episodes and getting that apprentice and traveling with that apprentice. You didn't move
But
further
okay,
than that.
but no, no, I disagree with you because hey, in that same season as well too, the apprentice needed to get some type of certification, and they had to go to certain kingdom to go get that certification. That's one. Then also, it's not just meeting the other apprentices because Stark didn't travel with them right away until like later on, and so therefore, and
Yeah,
then the priest didn't come on. So there, no, so a lot happened just as fast, just as much as Hunter x Hunter. Just y'all going from one thing to another. Same thing too, as they were going from one kingdom to another kingdom. Like every other episode, they were in a whole other kingdom or a new place. Literally, bro.
okay, but you don't do that in Hunter though. The
I
thing
feel
with
like
Hunter,
I feel like you do that, Hunter. You
no,
did jump sporadic to different spots depending. Yes, yes, you did.
no, you
Yes,
didn't.
you
You jump from
did, bro.
different arcs, from different arcs.
Yes,
You had this one arc,
but
but this
wait,
is a person traveling in a place. You're still in the same arc, is what I'm trying to say. With Hunter, you went from him, all the characters trying to get their Hunter badge. Then from there, you went into learning Nin and being Heaven's Arena, and and then from Heaven's Arena, when I believe Gon no, when he learns with the teacher and everything, then from there they meet up and they want to go to, I believe after was either Greed Island, then from Greed Island was New York or York New. They put New York backward, York New, which is when you got more into the Phantom Troop and stuff like that. I think it was either vice versa. I think Phantom Troop, then Greed Island, if I can remember, because they were with Hisoka. But I just felt like you jumped from different arcs to arcs, and it felt completely different. Just like One Piece, when you go from arc to arc. So if you're saying that, then you're pretty much saying One Piece is the same thing with the progression of the
nah,
stories. Just
man.
like because in One Piece, you go from arc to arc. When Gon goes to a whole different island, I mean Luffy goes to a whole different island. One Piece
Mhm.
feels completely
Yes, I
different
understand.
art style and everything.
Yes,
That's what I got earlier
I
on
understand
with
that.
Hunter x Hunter when they went to a whole different thing, especially with the greed, how it changed everything for me. I was like, damn. And then the same thing with Yorktown. Everything felt different. You felt completely different. The anime felt different than when it first started when they were just getting their hunter license. I don't feel that with
Okay,
Frieren. I don't feel the difference a shift. It feels like the same thing
yes, you
progressing slowly.
do. No, I didn't.
Uh,
I no,
it
it
don't
is
give me
not
what
the
One
same
Piece and
thing
Hunter x Hunter
progressing
gives me.
slowly. That okay, you because my thing is though you're focusing mostly like you just said from the in the case of One Piece, the island ship. Cloud, shut the fuck out. Cloud. All right. So so in the case of like One Piece, like you just mentioned, all right, like and going from one island to a different island. Okay, you're going to feel the shift because now this island has a whole different theme that's totally different from the previous island. Just like you just mentioned in the same concept of Hunter x Hunter, when they're going from one place is from the what is it, the Chimera arc or whatever the other arc going to Heaven's Arena. I get what you're saying. In the case of Frieren, we got to keep in mind they're going, and I'm gonna say they want to compare it to the book of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's the same thing too. Full Metal Brotherhood, you don't necessarily feel the arc change. It's taking the same place. Whether they're in Restaurant or I forgot what the fuck Star People is from, shit like that. And everything
Yeah.
that doesn't change the fact that it's still the same exact spot. Or when they even talk about Xerxes, that was in the middle between them. That's still all same thing, and the same thing going on with Frieren, where she's traveling to different parts of the nation that's in her own world that's going to be different, and we saw that it's different. From one point in time, she was when she went inside the castle, that was totally different. They had to fight that and find different challenges and make it to the center. When she went to go visit the elf, that was totally different as well too. Even when she fucking fought Stark over the freaking got a giant ass damn hole between two fucking mountains, bro. Like even then, you feel the difference of what she traveling to and the city that you traveling to. You can feel what they got going on is totally different. Just as was someone jumping off from a different arc of like One Piece, or the same thing was Hunter x Hunter. Frieren gave you that same exact shit too.
It
So
didn't.
nah, bro.
It gave me that in a boring way. That crap was
Bruh.
boring. It was.
Yo,
You I said it,
if you gonna say
CJ
that,
said
Hunter
it.
x
I'm
Hunter is boring
sorry.
too. Hunter x
The
Hunter
the
boring
character
too. Hunter x
was
Hunter
just
boring too.
boring.
Then
At least you had different
Hunter x Hunter boring
characters
too.
who
Then
who didn't give you just a stale vibe. She was stale, bro. She was just a stale character. You had
listen,
different characters
hey,
with
listen.
different emotions in
You,
Hunter x Hunter,
Rico,
and you
I'm gonna
had
make you eat
different
your shit
things.
right back to your
You
face.
had different
I mean,
things that
listen,
happened.
listen,
And versus in
Rico, I'm gonna say this
Frieren,
back to your face.
you
Go
just
ahead,
follow a character that
go
was
ahead,
just
go
stale,
ahead,
bro. Like
go ahead,
she felt
go
like a
ahead.
background character. She did not feel
Mm-hmm,
like a main character. That's all I want to say. She felt like
mm-hmm,
a background
mm-hmm.
character that
Hey,
we went from watching the main character
hey,
beginning of the show,
go ahead.
and
I'm
then they
listening to
gave
talking
the
shit. Go ahead.
side character
Mm-hmm.
the show, and it was just like, okay, so we followed her. There was no twist. I didn't feel no fear for her when she got into certain situation. I didn't feel that. You felt that, Hunter. She already had all the power that she needed. But
listen,
go ahead.
listen, listen, bro. Listen, nah, bro. You're not gonna be sitting here
I
saying
am.
all this shit when you're the main person that was when I was saying, yo, friend was all it wasn't all of that. Mom, how you gonna say it can't be all of that? When we go to the event, who you see cosplaying?
I'm not saying it's
Who
not
you
all
see
that. That's
cosplaying
not what
more?
I'm.
I definitely see
That's
more
not what I'm
friend than
saying.
motherfucking.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm not saying that's what you're not saying,
You twisted
but
my words.
I'm not saying that's what you're not saying. But I'm not twisting your word. But what I am going to sit there and say though is this though: for something that you're going to say is boring, how can it be
Yeah.
boring when it's also being most cosplayed right now? But how's it
That's
boring then, sir?
But to who? Who's most cosplaying it? Women, girls. Girls are more cosplaying it because it goes towards that. That's their targeted audience way more. That's why more of the guys like CJ or me, we
No,
look at it and we be
I
like,
disagree on
all
that
right, it's
more because
cool.
you know why? No, I here's my pushback on that. Here's my
Go
biggest
ahead.
pushback on that. Because you're only talking about the main person that's fearing, but you see other people dress up as Stark. You see other people dress up as the priests. Those are male people
All the
that dressing
picture,
as some
all the
fearing
pictures
characters.
we've seen or we took or interviewed, majority of the time they were mostly playing fear, and it was girls. There was
You gonna know
one
my
reel
pushback
out of
on
all
that?
the reels we took. There
No,
was one reel where it was a group of them, and there was two guys, and that was like either their boyfriends or their friends. That was the
doesn't
only.
change the
Outside of that, everybody
doesn't
else
change
we
the
seen
fact. Doesn't change
was
the
only girls.
nah,
So you're talking about once again another
no,
low percentage of people who are
nah.
playing it
Now no
in that
percentage.
community.
No,
Yeah,
no, no, sir. No,
we ain't seen it this year. It came and went. That happened all last year in 2024.
What you
This
mean?
year, all the cons we went to, there was this has been less and less fear in cosplay for sure, for sure. Okay,
Okay, yes,
yeah.
yes. Because
What I'm
season two haven't
saying
came
is,
out yet. Because season two
no,
haven't came out yet. Wait till
yeah,
season
yeah,
two
we'll
come
see
out.
that.
Wait till
We'll see
season
that.
two
No,
come
no,
out.
yeah. But I disagree with the comparison because I feel like you're wrong in the aspect of
It's the same.
you're
No, it's the
saying the
same. I'm
story
not.
follows and the fights is basically the same. I'm saying it's wrong because I feel like Hunter x Hunter follows more of a typical shonen more than Frieren does. Frieren is a orthodox version of a shonen versus how Hunter follows the strategy because each arc you go to and everything there's always a fight. Each episode has a fight. Majority of each episode has a fight. Where in Frieren you win a couple episodes with no fights. So that's where I disagree with that. Where it was more like I see why people were comparing it to Full Metal, as when you follow Full Metal, not each episode was a fight. Some was just a progression of them finding information, and then it led to fight after they got the information, or they asked too much questions, and somebody who
Same
was a
thing too with
villain in
Hunter
that
x
town
Hunter. There was
changed.
some episode.
No,
There were no same thing. Two
no.
episodes. Not every episode was a
See,
fight
this how I
either.
know
Two
you
in Hunter x
capping.
Hunter. Some episode was.
That's cap.
Not every
The
episode was
whole
a
first
fight.
episode, the whole first season, they were fighting for something. They were competing. They were stealing each other's badges. They were trying to figure this out, and it was in a fight way. in those early episodes. Then you go straight into a
I
heaven
guess. Yeah,
arena.
you want to call
Most
it
and
like that?
wait,
I
wait.
guess.
Most animes have a tournament. Every shonen. What tournament did Frieren have? Please tell me. Please, please educate me on that. I'm waiting. We could wait all night, motherfucker, because it didn't have no fucking tournament. It followed a background character.
So,
Like, come on,
so,
bro.
so let me get this straight. So wait, let me get this straight.
That's
So
why I
I can
disagree. It's
understand
more like Full Metal.
your quarter. Wait. Time out. So let me get this straight. What you consider as a great anime, quote unquote, as Hunter x Hunter, like you said, it had a tournament in it. That's what we classify now as good anime because it has a tournament in it. I just want to make sure
No,
we're
I'm
clear.
saying to you,
I just
if
want to. I just
versus
want to
the
make sure we're
shonen
clear.
versus what shonen, yeah, we could be clear. Versus shonen compared to, if you're comparing Hunter x Hunter to Frieren, it doesn't make sense because it makes more sense to compare to shows like a Full Metal because if it follows that blueprint way
But
more,
Full
there's
Metal's
way more
showing it too.
story. Yes, but Full Metal has way more storyline and then builds up to the fight scenes. Whereas shows like Hunter x
Nah,
Hunter and One Piece and
I push
Naruto
back on that.
and
No,
Naruto
because
don't need to
Full Metal
always
don't have
build
a
up to the
narrator
fight.
though.
What?
But there's no narrator. And my thing in Full Metal, there's not person.
Okay,
There's not a narrator
fam.
that's speaking.
th- there's
And
okay. Ma. This whole narrative thing, let it go, brother. That has nothing to do with
okay,
why shows are the same. Because now you're basically saying, because they have a narrator, then they're just like what Dragon Ball Z 2? You gonna throw Dragon Ball Z on the list? You gonna throw One Piece on the list
no,
too?
I can't
Freeman's like
agree.
One Piece as well
No,
because
because
they have a narrator.
no, because listen, it's how much incorporate
Freeman's
of the
like Yu
narrative
Yu
is
Yakusho.
in
Yu
it.
Yu
Like
Yakusho had a
throughout.
narrator. Yu Yu
But
Yakusho had a
once again, I'm
narrator.
gonna go back to okay. Listen. Once again, I'm gonna go back to what I'm saying. Is how much of the narrative is incorporated in the show throughout the whole show is incorporated, bro. It's not like that
So
with
is
every single
Dragon Ball
anime
Z. So
series.
is every One
No,
Piece
no, it's not.
episode open. Yeah.
No,
How much money you want to
no.
bet? How much
Yes,
money you want
just
to
the
bet?
okay. Once again,
How
that's
much
just
money
the
you want to bet?
opening. Once again, Rico, you're just talking about just the opening. I said
And the
throughout the
ending
show. Rico, I said
throughout the you
throughout
need to,
the
yes, you
show.
need to go watch. You need to go watch
From
Hunter x Hunter again. You need to go watch Hunter x Hunter again.
be-
I think you do
it's
because
like
you're
it's very.
misremembering. No,
You
no.
might be right. You might be right.
Yeah,
You
you're
might be right.
misremembering. I'm sorry,
But I
bro.
don't know.
Because at the ending is when the narrative steps in all the time for Hunter x Hunter. It literally pauses on the screen, like it pauses on the screen. It explains, well, they meet this, and that. Just how at the end of one Dragon Ball Z used to do on the next episode. Da 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 da.
Yes.
Hunter x Hunter the same way. It literally paused and there's a sad
Mm.
song with it, and it pauses on Meruem and
You
the
know,
girl, and they explain
I'm
that.
gonna do
You're
you a favor.
misremembering, bro.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch a few.
Yeah,
And if it gets me
nah. It's
hooked,
not throughout
if
the
it
whole
gets me
show.
hooked, Rico, if it gets me hooked, Rico, I'll come back. But Rico, if I'm not hooked on Hunter x Hunter,
That's
I'm
that don't change
down
nothing
with
for
the
me.
same.
That don't change anything for me. It doesn't matter. It's cemented in my book. You got your own book. I don't give a damn. I'm just saying, if you're gonna talk about a show that I've watched and you're gonna compare it to another show that I've watched too, I disagree. Just like
Now,
CG
did you feel the
disagrees with the Full
offer it?
Metal.
I feel the
Huh?
offer it. You
Yeah,
feel the
yeah, yeah.
offer it.
Yes. I did. I actually did. I when I went back and seen where I left off, I'm like, man, it's just a couple episodes. Yeah, a couple episodes left. But
All right.
yeah. Anyways, man, that combo switched into a whole different thing. That's not even where we were supposed to go to.
Yes.
So let's get into the next topic. Most epic anime battles is your next topic right here that we got for you guys. So we got two. I went with Katakuri and Luffy as one of the most epic, you know, anime battles ever, bro. I felt like
But
it was
why?
very
I don't even know how.
good.
Why?
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because all right, the stakes to me, the stakes matter in this, and I'm gonna explain to you the stakes, not just
Go ahead.
certain stakes, right? That we don't always see Luffy and them in. This was the first time where we see Luffy did not fight the actual boss. He fought a subordinate, and it also within this anime, within this arc, it showed you that Luffy did not meet up with Big Mom yet. He was still below Big Mom, right? He wasn't ready yet, but he still needed his boy. He still went to go get the dirty cook. So him being there, and then if you remember, Katakuri was following them the whole time they were trying
Yeah.
to leave because of Big Mom's hunger pain, and they almost made it off the island. And Pedro Spero had like frozen a couple of people, and so even though they got on the ship to get up out of there and leave, Luffy had to figure out a way to free the crew. He jumped in the mirror, he took Katakuri with him and told them, "Yo, I'm gonna meet y'all later. Like y'all keep going." Because he knew if they stayed there, he was gonna put his crew in danger. And that was one of the first time we seen Luffy use Red Rock. Like we were like, this nigga could do fire now? What the fuck? And then what made this battle so intense is we start to see the training that Luffy got, those 2-year gaps that we were away from. You get to start to see that with him and Rayleigh. Then you get to see two people who are damn near the same match, damn near the same power, right? Going blow for blow. Like each blow that they hit each other was damn near like a knockout
Same
hit.
power.
Yes, Katakuri was
Yes.
slightly above Luffy for a certain amount throughout the fight, but Luffy started to scale and catch him once he started. Luffy was training his observation hockey throughout the fight. Name me a nigga that's training while they fight, just so he could catch up to his opponent.
After I gave you a handicap after stabbing myself, but I guess.
Yeah, after your sister in the sideline joins and shoots me in the back while I'm fighting you. So what's
Doesn't
fair is fair.
matter. Now
It does matter
you still gonna
because
get
it did
murked.
drain.
You
They
still
both
gonna
were
get
at that
murked.
point. No, at
We
that
were
point they
not
both were
even.
drained.
We were not even. We were not drained. We were not
Yes,
drained.
yes, both of them were drained.
I didn't have
I
no
think
scratch on me.
yes, he
Scott poured out was
did.
clean. At that time before he stabbed himself, no, I didn't have the same scratch on me.
Yes, he did.
That
Yes,
nigga
he
was
did.
clean.
No, he
No, he
was
did
not.
not.
He had
Yes,
whole scars
let's
and
go
everything
find
on
those
him.
footage. He didn't have no scars. That nigga
Yes,
was
he
clean.
did. Bro, look at this
No,
man right here.
bro,
Luffy
bro,
was
that nigga was
piecing him
clean.
using Snake Man.
No, no.
Yes.
What you mean? He didn't. First of all,
Yes.
he didn't make. First of all, Luffy didn't lock Snake Man to actually stab himself. So that's one thing you're wrong again. So second, all
No,
right.
no, no,
So
no.
he
Luffy
stabbed himself.
definitely was in Snake Man mode. He oh
The
no, he was
first
in
time
third
he's
gear mode. He definitely
no,
was no
yes,
fourth gear. He was in
fourth gear.
the elephant mode. Yes,
So no,
but
so
man,
that nigga was clean.
that's the
That nigga
same
was
thing because he
clean.
didn't change from Gear 4. He still was in Gear 4. He just used
Once
a
again,
sleeker version.
he Katakuri, nah, bro, not even close, not even close. The nigga gave
Very
himself a
close.
handicap. Hey,
Because
listen,
somebody interfered in the fight. This is why this fight was so intense because he felt no. If Category didn't care, if that was
even before
wait,
the
if
end. No,
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 if
bro,
that
even
was
before
insignificant,
then.
mama, if that was insignificant and Category didn't care and he felt like, oh, that little blow was nothing, he would not have stabbed himself. The reason he stabbed himself was he felt like he gained an advantage. That's facts. That's why he stabbed himself. Go argue with the plot, bro. That's exactly why he stabbed himself.
He stabbed himself because he didn't like his sister interfering in his fight, bro.
That's what
That
I
was
just
it.
said. That's what I
But
just said.
okay, even though but that doesn't change the
He
fact that
felt
this
like it
big.
gave him an
Okay,
advantage. He did not want a cheap win.
that
He
does
literally
not.
said to her, yes,
But
it does.
okay,
He
Rico.
literally said to her,
But you
how
still.
dare you
But Rico,
interfere in my fight?
you're
Did you
talking
fear that
about.
I was going to lose?
Okay, I hear you on the fact that he chose to. You know what? As to honor a man to man and as respectful man to man, I will because someone interfere, I will do damage to myself. I understand that. But what I'm trying to sit there say, the moment before that nigga stabbed himself. Prior to that, Luffy was not doing shit, boy. He was getting his
Yes, he
ass
was.
mopped. He was getting destroyed. He was not doing nothing to this man, bro. Not a
That's
single
cap.
scratch. That's not
Yeah, he
cap.
did.
That is not
Why this man's shirt off? Why his shirt
cap.
off? Why his shirt off?
Because he took it off himself, bro. He was
He
just
was
like,
getting work.
I'm
He
going to
was
stab.
getting work.
No, he was not getting work. He
He
was
was getting
not
work.
getting work.
He was
Bro,
getting
no,
work.
he was not.
Yeah, he
No, he
was.
was not.
Yeah, he was.
Bro, I
He
am a Luffy fan, and I would admit it.
listen.
Before that
Listen.
nigga,
The
before Katakuri
equivalent
stabbed himself, no, bro.
the
Luffy will get his
equivalent
ass
no.
murked, bro.
The equivalent
Yuck him.
of him taking off the shirt is a gamer
What?
playing like this, and he's like, all right. That's exactly what happened in that fight. Luffy was scaling slowly closer and closer to him as the fight progressed, and that's facts. That's facts. You could turn your head all you want. That's facts. Luffy was slowly
No.
progressing towards him as the fight progressed. All I know is at the end of that intense
Even if he
fight,
was slowly,
somebody
even
was
if he
under
was,
back. Somebody was
even
under
as
back.
slowly progressing.
Somebody was
Yo,
on their
still not
back.
progressing fast enough. Yeah,
Hey,
after
take
I
that L
done
with you.
fully stabbed
Take
myself.
that L with you.
No, sir.
Hey,
No.
take this and go with it.
Ain't no. Ain't no L, bro.
He did. He took a L. This nigga literally said, "I
No.
never fall on my back." All right, fall face first, fuck nigga.
I gave you a handicap
Okay,
to help you
and your
put myself
sister
on my back.
assist you. Your sister assist you in the fight.
Yo,
She
listen,
interfered
listen,
with the
listen.
battle. Like I said, if Katakuri
But
felt like
that you
that
were
was
gonna
not interference,
lose.
it don't
Nah,
matter. It don't matter,
bruh.
mom.
Nah,
That's
bruh.
hey,
Nah,
she should have
bruh.
never. She
Yo,
ruined the fight.
yo.
She ruined the outcome of the fight. Talk to her,
Bruh.
not me.
Yeah, yo, listen. All I'm saying before all of that, I'm still standing there. Before all of that, yo, Luffy was gonna be a dead man. There was gonna be no
No, he
pirate
wasn't.
Luffy. There was gonna be no
That's cap.
Yonko Luffy at this time. That's
See,
not
this is
cap.
where
That's
that's
not
cap.
cap. That's not
There was
cap.
plenty of times when
That's
Luffy
not
fought
cap.
Crocodile, thought he was a dead man, and he came back. So I don't believe
Nah,
that shit.
nah, no,
I don't
no. That
believe
was the
that.
only time when he was gonna get Katakuri. I was like, damn, I don't know, Luffy gonna make it out.
And he
Genuine did not
did.
know. Yeah, he did. As a big ass handicap I ever seen in my life.
That was they both
Big,
were
the biggest.
hurt. What are you
Nah,
talking about?
you can
They
you
both
sure?
was hurt. You just
Nah.
said Luffy was beat to a pulp before the fight, and then somebody shoots him while he's in the fight. That does not drain him, or his that does not drain
Get
his
what you're
health bar.
saying. Listen. You can
It's-
always go back to the same fact that she interfered, and I'm gonna go back to keep saying this. Even before she interfered, nothing showed that Luffy was progressing. And you talking about Luffy progressing,
Yes,
getting
it
better?
did.
No,
Category even
nothing.
noticed. No, that's cap. That's cap. That's cap. Category even noticed it and called it out and started to say, "Oh shit, he's keeping up with me." He started to say that
Yeah,
because at the beginning of the fight, Luffy. No, no, no.
what
Stop,
did
stop, stop,
Katakuri do
stop.
after that?
At the beginning of the fight, Luffy was not able to keep up with him. As the fight kept progressing, Luffy started to learn and learn about his opponent more and started to get closer and closer to catching him to the point he acknowledged it. And then the fight changed, and Katakuri said, "All right, now you're a worthy opponent. I noticed what's going on now."
They
So
went
no,
to
that's
beating
cap.
the shit
And
out of
and
him after
no,
that.
and
That's what I'm
that's why
saying.
he got upset. No, that's why he got upset because he felt like the fight was getting good. For the first time, he found somebody else pushing him, and he that's why he got upset as her. So if Category felt like that injury was insignificant and it didn't matter anyways, he would have just dealt with Luffy right then and there. But he felt like, no, you're
Mm.
gonna rob me of a win, and you're sizing me by entering this fight. You really think I can't beat this man? Come on now, bro. Stop playing. Stop playing. And if the little sister thought Katakuri was gonna win, she would have never interfered because she automatically thought, "Oh, I'm gonna help my brother out. Let me weaken him for my brother, so my brother could get this win." If he was so demolishing her, why did she have that thought process? If he was so demolishing Luffy, why did she have that thought process and thought, "Let me interfere in this fight so I could give my brother even more advantage"? Because that's literally what she said. Come on, bro. Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with my dog Luffy, bro. Go ahead, man. Go with your peeps. You so hot about my take. You not even talking about this DBZ thing.
Because you out here giving niggas win for W for handicaps. Like even I
I'm
will
not.
admit,
It's a
like
fair
yo,
win.
yeah,
It's a fair win.
I guess you can you
They
no,
both was hurt.
you know what's a fair win? Go hard, beating
Uh-huh.
motherfucking Cell. That was straight. I'm gonna whoop your ass. That was that, and I'm gonna beat your little niggas too at the same time too. That was that. That nigga Gohan did that to Cell. Do you understand that? And we got to
Yeah,
see
I
a brand
comprehend.
new transformation as well too. Then we
Mm-hmm.
also got to see the father and son Kamehameha one hand arm, bro. Listen, do you understand how many iconic moments we got to see out of this? This
Yeah,
was
we're not talking about.
amazing,
Yeah, we did. We did.
amazing, amazing. Pete, like the cell games. That's all we got to say. Cell games. Gohan.
We're talking about this battle.
This battle, yeah. Him beating the
Yeah,
shit out of Cell. Amazing. I don't, no handicap.
it was a
Nothing.
handicap. There was.
On who part?
Everybody got to run through Cell, and then Goku was like, "Oh shit, bro. Here's a sense of being to power you back up."
And Gohan still beat that nigga.
Yeah, I know, but don't say there was no handicap. There was. It was everybody was trying to jump this nigga.
No,
Cell was
no, you
getting jumped.
see, still,
That's why he made the small cell juniors to help him deal with the other niggas so he could focus on Goku and Vegeta.
Nah, bro. I don't think that's how that went down like that, bro. He made the other cell journey after he absorbed Goku. Because he got
You
stronger after that.
hold on. You sure? I don't remember that. I thought he made him prior.
Because remember, no, because he made them. Because remember, Gohan went Super Saiyan 2.
Wait, Cell?
No, I think he
I don't
went.
remember
No,
Cell.
no.
I don't remember Cell absorbing Goku though. I thought Goku was just on the ground.
Doing the Cell 2 when he bought the Cell Juniors. I could be
Yeah.
wrong. Let me back up. Let me back up. Because I think he went Super Saiyan 2 after Jax died. Remember, he killed Jax. Android 6. I say Jax. Android 16. I'm fucking up
Yeah,
the
bro.
Android
Cell
names.
never absorbed Goku.
He did end up absorbing Goku one point in time. Remember when he teleported him outside when Cell got really, really big?
No.
Then
Goku
how did he
sacrificed
become
himself by
Perfect Cell?
teleporting. He became Perfect Storm because he absorbed Android 18. That was the last one he needed.
Oh, that's when he
Yeah.
became Perfect Cell.
Yeah,
Then
bro.
after that, he dropped off the Cell Juniors. Did he make the Cell Junior
He
after that?
attempted to absorb 16, but he couldn't due to mechanical.
Okay, so after he made 18, I mean,
Yeah,
after
Goku
he
fought Cell in
absorbed,
the Cell games, and but he was defeated, never absorbed. Goku sacrificed himself by teleporting Cell to self-destruct to King Kai's planet. Goku died in explosion, not by observation. Some of Goku confusion may come from Cell Junior clones, which look like Cell and Fight and Z fighters, but they're not the result of the observation, which is what you said. They're not a result of that.
got it. Okay, so Ben, then either way though, when he turned Super Saiyan 2, that nigga win 1v6, 7, I don't know how many Cell Juniors. Goddamn. Beat the shit
Hmm.
out of my laptop. And that nigga just beat all of them. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up.
Okay. So I think you are. Um, It was you're right. Cell was frustrated with Gohan because he felt like Gohan was not unlocking this power, so he made the Cell
Yeah.
Juniors to provoke Gohan to unlock it,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
that's when
See. Okay.
I think that's also when he did, wasn't it when he
18.
Gohan was
Not
more
at
set off
18.
with the dude with the mohawk, wasn't that 16?
Yeah. No.
Well, yeah,
That's
when
18. That's 18 because 16
that was
is
18.
girl. That's 18. No, 8 who's the female? Angel 18?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm fucking
hold
up.
on.
Angel 18 is the female, so that's 16. So yeah, the robot dude is 16. I'm fucking up name, bro.
He had already absorbed Android 18. Remember, because Krillin was
Yeah,
supposed to
he already did.
destroy the
Yes.
thing. He
Yeah,
couldn't
but
get
he so
16, but he had to sell
16.
juniors fuck with 16 because
Yes. Then
Gohan had built a
16
bomb.
died. Yeah. Then the head
Yeah.
rolled off in front of Gohan. Yes. So 16. Yes, it was
Yes.
him.
Yes. And I think he stepped on
Yes.
it too. I think some
Mm-hmm.
step they kicked that
And
shit.
that boy, yep. And boy, that boy lost it. Lost it
Yeah,
after that.
he
Straight
did.
lost it after that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I do think
Man.
this was definitely an epic battle in Dragon Ball Z history. That Cell moment, that's when we passed the hand of the guard from Goku to Gohan, and the story was supposed to lead to Gohan after that. But the fans love Goku way more, and they're like, "Nah, we're not having that, bro. We ain't having that."
Yeah.
In Japan, they wasn't having that. But to me, the Katakuri and Luffy fight is when we first, like Maul was saying, we first seen Luffy get pushed to the limits, and we first like definitely felt fear for Luffy in this battle,
Yeah.
and it was a very epic
Yeah.
one. And like I mentioned, you get to see when Luffy was practicing, was one of the observation hockey, was one of the hockey he was practicing with Rayleigh,
Mhm.
and that's when I think we first got kind of the breakdowns of the different hockey, armament
Oh
hockey
yeah, that's true. We
and
got the
supreme
Armament, Future
hockey,
Sight, and Future
you
Sight.
future and that's when we see
All of it.
Luffy was practicing future sight because that's what Katakuri had. That's what made Katakuri way. That's what gave Katakuri the super advantage. That's what was Luffy's handicap because Katakuri could predict his move 3 seconds before he did, and Luffy never fought somebody
Mhm.
that could see his moves, and that's why he had to unlock Snake Man during the fight to make the fight even like better because Luffy was
Yeah.
during the fight. To be fair, Luffy was at a disadvantage. He didn't have something that somebody had more experience than him had, but he was training at the same time. And Katakuri felt like, yo, unlock that, and then I feel like we can have an actual real fight. And that's where I said the fight was as the fight was building, Luffy was progressing and progressing to catch it. So I felt like that was an epic battle for us as far as like Luffy's journey. That's what made a big change into getting him being closer to even fight someone like a Big Ma and setting up for a fight like a
I get
Kaido.
what you're saying about progressing, but what I'm still going to sit there and say is the same thing of how we saw with Frieza when Frieza first learned Golden Frieza, and he went ahead to go face Goku and Vegeta, who already learned Super Saiyan Blue for now. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know for how long. I don't know for years now, right? And he
Yeah,
just got Golden Frieza within 6 months, compared to someone who's been using it for a year now. Yo, it's not. It still won't matter. That's what I'm just trying to sit there and say. And that's the
but it
part
did
where I was like,
matter.
yo, no,
It
because when you saw with Frieza, and when Frieza was fighting Goku, and them, when they saw, yeah, it mattered for that time being. But when it came down to the stretch at the end, what happened? Frieza started losing his power, and Goku just said the same thing. Yo, because you did not have time to train with it, and you
oh
just
no no no
automatically
no
just came in there.
Nah, okay. No. I'm saying in this fight, and
And listen, what I'm saying in
Luffy
the
and
in
Katakuri.
category and yeah, even though Luffy is progressing now, he's learning to learn how to use fusion sight. This the moment category was introduced to us, this man was automatically
Already,
using
yes,
future sight.
yeah.
So compared, even then, even if Luffy was to get and progress, it still would have been the edge to even knock off Katakuri, bro. That's why I'm just sitting to say. That's why I say, hey, no matter what, how big that nigga, cause nigga, it would have been one thing. It would have been one thing when he stabbed himself, but I could be wrong. I could have sworn the shit was actual spinning too, and he stabbed himself. I said, God damn, bro, nigga, you could have just stabbed yourself. That nigga put a whole hole, just a big ass hole. That nigga just an ace. Like that's a whole fucking hole, bro. To that nigga side, that
All
nigga
right,
whole
bro.
side was gone, bro.
Now you
All
flat. Now you
my, all
flabbergasting
my,
it.
all nah, I'm not flat. All my type of side gone, bro. That nigga whole gone, bro. Gone, bro. Liver, kidney, gone. Shit, I would be surprised. Piece of his lungs were gone too, bro. Everything, but that's a come on, bro. And it was like it went through himself, and then he pulled the sword out himself. Nah, bro.
Ah, nah.
Nah, bro.
I'm looking at some pictures. Yeah, you gassing it a bit.
I'm not, bro. I'm not. You looking at that picture? Look at the video.
I'm saying I'm looking at manga panels. I'm seeing where Luffy punched him in the face and cracked his skull. Had him leaking and bleeding. I mean, that had a lot to do with it.
After he stabbed himself. After he
And let's
stabbed
see.
himself.
Yeah, that was after, but I'm just saying Luffy did a lot of damage.
So yeah, after he stabbed himself. Just be clear.
And on
Let's
top
make
of
sure to be
that,
clear.
oh, here's
After.
another thing that you want to admit too. On top of that, remember they were jumping through the mirrors. That other lady was also interfering too throughout this fight. So no, bro, you could miss me with that whole disadvantage shit because nah, you could miss me with that. You could miss me with
Oh,
that
she was really involved like that.
because
Like
she was
that.
showing Luffy that no, remember she was showing
She was
Luffy
involved.
how
She
she was
did.
distracting Luffy. No, hold
She
on. She was
was.
distracting Luffy and showing Luffy, oh, we're burning your ship. They don't even know they up there, and they started burning the ship, and Luffy had to figure
Yeah.
out a way to get them to stop. And then Luffy
Yeah, I
jumped in
agree.
the mirror and hit her
Hmm.
and grabbed her, and Category was like, "Where you going?" And then he came back and he was like, "Nah, bro, she's fucking with my ship." Like he couldn't concentrate because he thought they were getting hurt. So the whole fight, he thought, I think, I
Yeah,
can't
I
remember,
get
but I
that, but
think he thought
that
that they were
wasn't that
dead.
long because after he got her, he literally brought her back in, tied her, and then broke the mirror to the ship. So I get what you're saying, but that moment
He
was
had to
not
go
that
break the
long.
mirrors.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. He did jump back in to the ship. He broke all the mirrors and he jumped. He saved one. And he jumped back in into the mirror with the girl and he tied her ass up. Like I get what you're saying, but all I'm saying, I don't
Yeah.
think it was that much of involvement to like. Cause after that, that's when the real fight began anyway. When he broke the mirror and then he looked at kind of was like, all right, I'm ready now. But even then,
Yeah, because he was
the pro
distracted.
okay, but even then though, that doesn't change my point. When he started to get serious, even though he was progressive, that nigga was looking.
Yeah, he was, but you still gotta remember though, it's not like Luffy
Hey,
was
yeah,
not destroyed.
that nigga, Katakuri put that nigga leg all the way up and dropped it on Luffy. And I said, God damn, bro. Why you still
Yeah,
on
but my
Luffy
dog was
mode,
still
man?
getting up though.
God damn.
But my dog was
Bro, it
still
was
getting up and fighting.
bad. It was bad, bro. That
Trying to
nigga
see
hit
the
him with
damage.
all the Supreme kind of conquer hockey. That nigga hit him all. God damn. Doing this to
Yeah, he did
Luffy.
all
Yes.
he did all that. Okay, yeah. See, this what I'm talking about. Luffy also had a hole in him. where he got shot. So man, nah, I'm done, bro. Nah. Hell nah. Luffy also had a hole in him while he got shot. That's all I needed to see was the picture. Nah, it was the same shit, bro. He had a hole right here in the corner of his chest, the same spot Katakuri had. I don't need to hear all that. Man, y'all let us know if you felt like this, like Moss said, handicap aided. I understand it's an
Handicap,
asterisk with the fight
handicap.
against Luffy and Category, but they both were handicapped. And Luffy was also
I
getting more
guess.
taken advantage of at the beginning than anything. So y'all let us know, man. Y'all let us know what you feel about that one, and also let us know your epic anime battles that you've ever watched. All right, last one, man. An anime that keeps you rewatching.
Man,
Um,
I gotta go first because
all
we
right,
ain't trying to hear Hunter
go
x Hunter,
ahead,
bro.
Mo.
But we ain't trying to hear Hunter x Hunter. Yo, listen, Trigun. Y'all never
Oh,
watched Trigun. Trigun is an OG anime, bro.
yeah, I
It's
hear his
very good,
beginning,
very
right?
good. And
Never
listen,
watched it.
listen, listen. And they end up dropping this movie. I forgot how long ago. It's kind of when like anime started pick up and animation started pick up, and they end up dropping this movie. I love this
Mm-hmm.
movie. This movie I put in the background.
Yeah.
This is a movie I just I watch. Like I'm obsessed with Badger Dan P. Like this is one of probably my favorite MCs ever. Like I love this movie, man. I ain't gonna front of y'all boys. I love the story. I love the pacing. I love the action.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, and when we finally get Vash to get to step in at the end, and what Vash was always stepping in, but people don't realize how subtle he stepped in. Like in the beginning with the bank robbery going on, he was using a little coin to deflect bullets. A fucking coin. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. People ain't
Crazy.
noticed.
Pinpoint accuracy like this. Yo, just freaking like yo, insane.
How many
Insane.
times you
Or
rewatched
even,
this?
man, Rico probably more than 10 times, bro. I ain't gonna front. I watched it a lot. Like I watch it a lot. Like I watch it a lot.
Okay.
Any chance I get to get any time, any platform, any time I see it, throw it on. I throw it on, bro. I throw it on, bro. Yeah, yeah. And I don't need to see the villain in the back guy. The
Yeah,
man,
yeah. I remember him.
he got the that nigga that arm with that gun and shit like that, and the way back.
Was it
Man,
he was called
that duel was so
was
good.
it
Go ahead.
wasn't he called Big Daddy or something like that?
One of the main stuff like that, yeah. But it was good, bro. I love it, man. I love it. I love it, man. It's one of those. The way you feel buying this for Hunter x Hunter, that's how I feel about Trigun by this movie. Precisely just this movie.
Yeah, to me, I feel like it's one of those good classic movies that you can keep playing over and over. Like for me, a movie that
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind playing over and over is Akira. That's a movie and that movie was out before I was even born, and I could keep watching that fucking movie. Leave me alone. Like
Hmm.
still trendsetting, like to
Yeah,
this
it
day, bro.
is.
Always the perfect meme for anything. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I honestly feel like that's something that me for myself I could keep watching. But I like that you brought a movie. I more went with Hunter x Hunter series because the Hunter x Hunter series, I could have easily chose a Ruin Kitchen as well too. But I feel like that's a series I could keep watching, bro. Every year I watch one of the arcs or a couple of the episodes every year. Every year. And there's stuff that I'm like, oh damn, I forgot about this. Oh, I missed this. Okay, bet. Um, and I do like the closing narrator with all the things, and I love some of the closing songs that they have too with it. Um, Kurapika arc was pretty fine, fine for me too because that's when I felt like he kind of stole the show a little bit too. And I do like that aspect about Hunter x Hunter. Whoever's at the forefront, I I don't mind because I know like people will have the whole meme or troll thing of like the main character that somebody stole their show. I like that with Hunter x Hunter. I don't care because I like that the
Uh,
writer could give us a different spin of each character and they each can carry the arc that they're in and you don't feel like man, where the main character at, bro? Like like
yeah.
in the Yorktown, you felt like it was Kurapika arc and he was carrying through that arc. And Gon and
Mm-hmm.
Killua went in the backseat a little bit. They
I give you
did.
that. Yeah.
And even then, I felt like they
Mm-hmm.
got a little watered down to Kurapika could shine a little bit. So I like that. Yeah, I could keep watching this. Same thing with Ruin Kitchen. I could keep watching. Same thing with One Piece. Once One Piece finished, I'll probably rewatch it. I actually did I started
Yeah.
rewatching One Piece from the beginning. I stopped somewhere, but
Really?
if it comes on, like on regular cable, they have like a One Piece channel now, and they'll just play random episodes. I'll watch that, and then from there, I'm like, what happened next?
Wow.
I'm like, nigga, you know what happened next. I'm like, but still, I forgot. I gotta keep going.
What I'm doing right now is actually rewatching it from the Wano. But like because I watched One Piece, um, I got caught up so it like immediately to like towards the Whole Cake Island. So I was
Mm-hmm.
kind of like in the transition of going into Wano. So when I finally got caught up to One Piece, Wano was probably on no more than 20 episodes in. Literally, like no
Yeah.
more than 20 episodes in. And so
Yeah.
by that
Same.
time, and it's like as long as I feel like I didn't really
Enjoy
enjoy
it.
Wano. I was like, okay, I gotta go back. So I went
Yeah.
back actually and watching from the beginning right now.
I agree with you because we're me and you binge watch One Piece all the way until we caught up, like most people. And I feel like when you get to binge watch those other arcs, you kind of enjoy them more because you're not like on a weekly waiting. And when you're a weekly waiting and you go see the next episode, you sometimes I think you tend to forget some stuff or it doesn't flow
Mhm.
as good as when you get to binge watch all
Yeah,
of it. Like you're
hmm
waiting, you're
I
going through the
agree.
week, and then other stuff get in the way, and then you're like, okay, let me see what's going on. Where I feel like I want to go back and watch Wano 2 from the beginning so I could really get to one of the things that I miss, two, get to
hmm
actually see the arc for what it is because of like the hypeness that was in the arc with Gear 5 and all that. I want to kind of re-experience that and just to see like, oh, okay, this feels good being able to binge watch this. Because
Yeah,
all the other stuff we got to binge watch, bro, that felt amazing. That's one thing I do miss about like
I agree.
with me with One Piece is the binge watchingness of it. Like I miss that, bro.
I would just add the layer for me or why I'm watching Wano because to me Oda said that was the one of the most things he was looking forward to was to write and create Wano. And for me, I feel like I
Yeah.
just kind of just brush over it. Like if this was his most one of his most precious thing and he was looking forward to write, and he said it was going to
Mm-hmm.
be very pinnacle. Like I need to really understand and see what it's like. I might be missing something that I'm not really
Yeah.
understanding. Just how I missed Scott Pia, it ran out over my head. I was like, hold on, I
Oh,
want to kind of go back. It literally
Skypiea
I
early
had
on.
not picked the notes. I would never have picked it on to all the theories, everything came out. I'm like, oh shit, that art went right over my head.
For me, Skypiea was where I fell into more into the love with One Piece's lore. Skypiea, bro. That was when I really loved the addition of Robin on the team, like hands down, because of like when she started to read the poneglyph, and then you got the King of the Pirates was here, Roger. So it kind of like updated the timeline of chasing the One Piece, and then you got the thing that kind of went over our heads, but still the liberation, the Joy Boy and stuff like that. So you had that,
Mhm.
and then the gold, the bell, and then you had the story of Nolan and stuff like that. So to me, it was a lot, and then the aspect of God with it as well too, a false god, Anel, and Anel giving you a little bit more. So it's like Skypiea really is like a nice blueprint of everything that's going on with like One Piece. The only thing I think it's probably missing, which is the not really. It's almost probably a parallel because I was gonna say the Inu the Inu aspect of it. But if you think about it,
Mm.
that's
I
what
did
that's
not.
what Anel was. Anel's a false god. And
Yeah,
that's what if you think about with Inu, the government is the false like people
yeah.
who's the government who's really at top. They're not supposed to be at top if you think about it. It's supposed to be the 12 kingdoms that came together that took down the last group of people. But really you got this person who's sitting on the throne who orchestrated all this thing. So yeah, same
I
thing
see
with
what
like
you're
Anel.
saying.
Hmm.
I see what you're saying. I like that. I see the
Yeah.
correlation that you just put together just now.
Yeah, yeah. But no, it's good, man. Man, let us know, man. What's the anime that keeps you rewatching? Me and Ma appreciate you joining us this episode. If you made it this long with
Oh,
us, man,
absolutely.
subscribe, man. Follow.
Of
We got
course.
Galaxy Con coming up. The boys will be back in the pod with us. Me and Ma just really wanted to get this out to you guys for this week as well. We hope you enjoyed the last episode. We got a lot of things coming up that we're cooking, and hey, man, we'll see you in another episode. Peace.
Peace.